Hey guys, welcome back to the Raw Time Motorsports YouTube channel. It's me, Sean, owner of Raw Time Motorsports. Today's video, I wanted to talk about Mike's CRX. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of special on this one because we've been building this one for a long time, and this one's probably like peak build is like, you know, if you know me from past stuff, I'm a Honda boy at heart, you know, started off with the Hondas back in the day. That was like my life until like the last, you know, almost 10 years. But yeah, Hondas were love from the beginning. This is Mike's CRX. I honestly don't know what year it is, but man, this thing has a journey. So I met Mike at Famoso. Mike is from my town. I met him at Famoso while we were at a test and tune. He had a B series in this. It was a stock B20V, I believe, with he had nitrous on it, and I believe like 100 or 150 shot. I don't remember exactly, but I met him because they were having a little bit of trouble. The nitrous wasn't quite working. I kind of went over there and kind of introduced myself and was like, oh hey, I noticed a couple things like messed up on it. So made a couple suggestions, and then, you know, we got his nitrous working and went out and he broke his trans like on the next pass. So I ended up talking to him and was like, hey, you know, bring it by, let's swap the trans out. And then so we got it, you know, we pulled everything out, and he's like, hey, I want to paint the shell. So pulled the whole swap, sent it out for paint. I'll post the pictures right here. But yeah, it just snowballed out of control. So I kind of wanted to go over it. You know, I'm gonna add some videos and pictures I have from way back when we first started this, because the journey is so crazy. It was originally just supposed to be a trans swap. Then it was like, hey, I got this motor, let's put this motor in. Oh, hey, I got this turbo kit, can you throw this turbo kit on? And then it was like, went from, oh, this turbo kit doesn't fit, to what it is now. So, all right. This is Mike's CRX. What it is now is an 84 by 89 B20V. I believe it has a GSR head. We got, so the block he had built, I believe in 2004, 2005. This engine combination was built already. Basically what I did, we pulled it apart, kind of went through everything to make sure it was, I guess, up to the task. And, you know, we found out some things, you know, like this is all 2005 technology. So like the rod bolts are the really tiny, I think they're 3/8 rod bolts. So those are gonna be holding us back. A couple other little things we found. So it's a B20. If you know anything about B20s, they don't have any girdle support. So we did put a 3 main girdle on it. I added all race bearings because it was Honda OEM bearings, because I was pretty much the best at the time. And put race bearings in it. We actually upgraded the valve train. We pretty much redid the head. So we got Skunk 2 Pro 1 cams. We have the VTEC lockout kit. And that's pretty much it for that part. But as you can see, we got a custom turbo kit by Whitfield. Did a great job. He also built the cold side for us. He also got us the comp oilless turbo with the red billet wheel. So this thing was on stock computer. This is now on FuelTech FT550. Custom FuelTech harness. This thing has a ton of Speed Factory parts. You know, Speed Factory coolant tank, whatever. The whole Speed Factory coil setup. Bunch of all like the Speed Factory's titanium stuff. So this is all-wheel drive now. Speed Factory billet case, and it is built by Syncrotech. Actually has the Drag Cartel transfer case, the billet transfer case with the hyphoid gear. Custom valve cover color, because the scheme on this car is that blue. He's got the raised Volks. He's got Willwood disc brakes all around. We did a custom finishing lines brake tuck, and also their shifter setup. So it's a cable shifter with the finishing lines staging brake. We also got the parking brake set up, so it could actually have parking brake. As you can see, we custom fitted a dash. Fueltech FT550. We did the leash electronics. We rewired the whole car, so the whole car is running off the leash electronics Pro Street module. It was caged by Whitfield. Has a parachute. Got the Kirkies, and those were all mounted in by Brian McGann, our fabricator. Got Whitfield's drag wing, got Whitfield's parachute mount. But the big thing is the all-wheel drive system. So we got the S1 built all-wheel drive. And I'll get this thing up in the air so we can actually see it, but man, this car is everything. You know, when you think about what you want to build a Honda for, this is it. I did it steering column. This thing still has heater in it. Still got the sunroof working. We got the strain gauge set up with the Fueltech shift knob and Fueltech shift strain gauge. You know, shout out to Dean Rock. Got us finally got the parachute mount, and he covered up our fuel cell, the custom fuel cell Brian did for us. And what was cool is also we were able to cover up kind of a big hole in the back that we had to cut for the rear end. One cool thing, this is where we put fuel at. Make it look kind of slick. But yeah, nice little build. It's got a lot going on. This thing's almost done. Made about 570 on the dyno. We still got to take it back to get finished up on the dynoing, as I said in the last video. But yeah, so wanted to get you an underside look of Mike's car. It is all-wheel drive. Here's the Drag Cartel case. He's got the the drive shaft shop, carbon drive shaft, front and rear. We got the truss fab built viscous coupler, the truss fab built rear end. The S1 built, you know, with drive shaft shop axles. S1 was super cool and powder coated these arms for us to match the wheels and match the valve cover. This special bracket was welded in by Brian McGann. A lot of cool stuff. Got the whole K-Tune front suspension deal, upper and lower arms. We're gonna change those coilovers. They're a little bit outdated. Oilless turbo, the Turbo Smart wastegate. As you can tell, this thing's a bad unit. You notice we had to cut a hole out for the fuel cell. We got the aeromotive, brushless eliminator pump. All the finishing line, brake line kit. So as you can see, she's a bad unit. This one I'm really proud of. I mean, like I said, we put a lot of time, a lot of effort to get this build to where it's at. A lot of going back and forth with Mike on getting parts, you know, waiting for parts. We got kind of screwed over by some bigger all-wheel drive companies on the original kit that we were getting. That's a whole nother story, but you know, we're finally at the end of this thing. I mean, getting Mike to drive it was one of the best feelings, because it was like time. It was finally, like, after all these years, he finally got to drive, you know, all the stuff that we had vision for. He got to finally drive it, and you know, he had a blast doing that. We're not quite there yet, because we still need to get it back to the dyno, because it's been remote by Arm and Tune. And we basically want to take it to him so he can kind of deal with some of the lower end stuff, because it is kind of hard to do that. I just don't like the remote style of doing that. So we want to just get it in his hands and get him to do it. And you know, yes, I would love to tune it, but you know, on projects like these, like David's, you know, as much as I love Hondas, I don't have the experience. You know, I have probably 200, probably 250 Chevys tuned so far. And, you know, as for a dozen of those boosted, maybe even if not a little bit more, I have the experience with those. You know, I know what they like, I know what they want. I just feel like I would be holding this project back had I been tuning. That's what we had discussed, and that's why you know, he was all for me tuning it, but it was just one of those things where it's like, hey, we want the most out of this car, and I can't provide that at this moment. And because Honda's isn't my main focus, so I just the experience, you know. And Armin's knocked it out of the park. I mean, he's done some really good work for us. So that's why we need to get back to him to finish up the job, because the last time we went, we had a problem with the valve springs. For some reason, we never kind of went over the valve springs on the refresh of the motor. We didn't realize it, but it wasn't letting it rev past 4,000 RPM. And so we got those back. We put in the Ferrea valve springs and redid all that, and now she screams. So at the end of this video, I'm basically gonna post a lot of the driving, some of the pictures of the original build, of kind of how I got it, and kind of the steps we've taken, and all the different things we've done over the years. But you know, this is just the beginning for this car. We plan to take it out and hopefully get it to some events. You know, unfortunately, since it's all-wheel drive now and turbo, it gets put into a very high class where we're probably not going to be running the times that our class is. Or what class this car will be put in. So I mean, still, I feel that as is right now, we're probably at about a 990 to a 960, somewhere in that range, if not better. Obviously, that was our goal from the beginning, is at least be a 9 the first time out. So I think that's very attainable in this car. Just because we're limited with the engine, you know, from being able to actually turn it up and really like make some steam with this. So, you know, we're just trying to get this done and out and ready to go, and kind of work on getting the chassis dialed. And then once we get that all done, then build another motor on the side and actually be able to turn it up, because we know we're limited on compression ratio, we're limited on some old parts that are in it, from being able to hold the power that we want. So that's the goal with this one. And you know, stay tuned. I think we got some more going on with it. Hopefully some driving videos with it, some testing. I plan on you know, going along this journey. I talked to Mike, and hopefully we can go race this thing and at least have some fun with it. You know, if not race, basically just race ourselves and just try to get faster, because obviously the guys in our class are going to be friggin' fast. So So I just wanted to end this video, say thanks guys for watching. And as you can tell, some of the footage is a little sporadic and all over the place. I've been through multiple phones since I built this car, and so some footage is lost. Some of the pictures I had saved of like the progress that was made. There's kind of like a one phone I lost probably like 6 months worth of pictures, which is huge in this business, as I lose a lot of footage from everything that I've done in that time span. But thanks you guys for watching. Thanks for all the feedback I've been getting on the videos. I'm gonna try to get more action done. I just wanted to, you know, take the time and get these videos done of these like pretty nice builds that I have done here, because I'm really proud of them. And you know, a lot of guys don't see how much work I put in and how much you know, how we go above and beyond for some of these projects. And you know, I just want to showcase that, and I hope you guys like it, you know. So thank you for following, thank you for subscribing, thanks for all the new subscribers, and thanks for everyone for watching and give me good feedback on this. You know, let me know what you guys want to see. I hope to do the Daytona next. I want to do David's car next. I need to finish up doing some stuff to the Camaro. That's going to be next too. We got a cruise coming up. I'm trying to get it ready for that. So stay tuned. See you next time.